So welcome to our Monday morning sunrise class. So we're going to start seated. So have a little wiggle around. Tuck away with the pelvis at the back. Roll the shoulders. And find a place to settle into. So this week we're moving into the fire element, which we basically just kind of work our way up through the pelvis almost. So now we're kind of into the belly, solar plexus area, and you can think of that as kind of fire in the belly. It's all about radiance and transformation and growth and change. And we're going to start with a pranayama. So this is the Kapalabhati breathing, which many of you will have done with me, but some of you might be new. So I would just say, take it easy. This is a pranayama that I do pretty much every morning because it's very awakening. And it's wonderful. The only times that I don't do it is when I'm menstruating or when there's anything going on in the pelvis. So if you are, I would say just go really slowly and easy with it, or maybe don't do it at all. It's not that it's a contraindication to anything. It's just that I don't feel right doing it when I'm menstruating, when I'm a bit swollen, and it doesn't feel right. So really feel into it for yourself as well. So you can bring the hands to the belly. That might help you. If you're used to this practice, then you probably won't need that. But if this is brand new to you, so we want to be aware of the exhalation coming out of the nose. And what you find after a while is that all you really need to do is be aware of the exhalation, and you draw the belly in on the exhalation. And the inhalation kind of just takes care of itself. So basically on the exhale, you're drawing the belly in and you're kind of snorting out of the nose. Some people say it's like blowing out a candle through your nose, and it's like that breath. And some people call it the fire breath as well. So see how you go. We're just going to take it slow. We're not going to pick up the pace. We may do over the week. We'll see how we go. But you can keep the hands on the belly. Take a long deep breath in. And a long deep breath out. Take an inhale. Keep the shoulders soft. Belly drawing in, exhale. Belly rises on the inhale. Just like you're blowing out of the nose on the exhale. Next exhale, long exhale and release. Just release that for a moment. You might just bring the palms onto the knees or the thighs. If you're just joining us, we're just beginning with the Kapalabhati, or the fire breath, some people call it. Just playing around with that a little. So we'll do another round in a moment, but just kind of notice how you feel. I tend to get this kind of tingling feeling start to move through the whole of the body, and that's why I tend to do it in the morning. I find it very awakening. It creates a little bit of warmth, so you can think of that as fire in the belly, or your Agni in Sanskrit. Just notice how you feel. And on the next round, just be aware of shoulders. So you want to keep the shoulders soft. And on the inhale, you're probably inhaling through the mouth, but see, you might be inhaling through the nose. There's no real right or wrong there. Just keep it as soft as you need it to be. So I was saying, for those that are new, if there's anything going on in the pelvis, you might find that you want to keep this really soft, or you maybe just want to sit here and just meditate. So we'll do another round. Take a long deep breath in. A long deep breath out. And then you can begin. Inhale. Hands to belly if that's helpful. Keep shoulders soft. Five more, and then a long exhale. And just sit and notice. And then rubbing the hands together. So create a little bit of heat at the palms of the hands. And then placing them over the eyes, feeling that warmth from the palms into the eyes. And then again, rubbing the hands together, placing them over the throat. Clear communication. And then rubbing the hands together again, placing them over the heart, and just pausing there for a moment and inviting in your sankalpa or intention, perhaps for the week. Monday morning, it's always lovely to have that feeling of what do you want to invite in, how do you want things to be. Not what you need to get done, but rather how you want to be. I am calm, I am resilient, I am peaceful. I'm connecting into that desire and that intuition, whatever it is. And then releasing, take an inhale, bring the hands all the way up to the top. And as you exhale, just bring them back down beside the hips, beside the body. Palms facing down. So as you inhale, the palms face up. You're reaching up to the top. And as you exhale, turn the palms down and release back down. So see if you can stay with some of that connection that you created into the belly as you move through your poses this morning. Exhaling, drawing down. Inhaling up. And exhaling, releasing the hands behind, interlace the fingers, draw the shoulder blades together, take an inhale. And as you exhale, draw belly in and draw lower ribs in. So the fire element is all about change, and change can be very unsettling for most of us. It can provoke the sympathetic mode of the nervous system, so that fight, flight, freeze mode. And yet, we know that change is inevitable. You know, we know that that's going to happen, yet we kind of try to hold on to the way things are. So the fire element teaches us that everything is changing constantly. So as you inhale, release the hands, bring them up to the top. And as you exhale, release the hands forward and down onto the earth, and you might just lift the elbows so you have a little stretch through the side body. Just inching your way forward, perhaps see how that feels. And then pause, take an inhale, find length. And as you exhale, draw belly in, sink into that. Take another inhale, gaze forward. And then exhale, walk the hands back. And then we'll release over the legs into tabletop. Move through cat-cow a couple of times. Take an inhale to gaze up. And as you exhale, round through the spine. Inhaling up. See if you can stay with that connection, that feeling of the fire in the belly that you created there with that breath. Whenever I do this one, I feel that it's easier to connect in to that core element, that strength within. So the next time you exhale, complete that breath. Come back to center, come back to neutral spine. Take an inhale, reach the right leg behind you so you're pressing through the heel. And turn the toes slightly into the midline of the body so that the hip drops. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, rounding through the spine and bringing the knee towards the head. And then inhale to come back. So you're pressing away through the heel. The foot's about hip height. Draw belly in, draw lower ribs in, press into the hands. Exhaling, knee to head. So a few times like that, inhaling, pressing away through the heel, toe to midline of the body. Draw belly in, and then exhaling, rounding. And if you want to go a little bit further, the next time you could lift that left hand at the same time. But you don't have to, you could keep that hand down. And then exhale, bring the elbow to the knee and the knee to the head. Just makes it a little bit harder. But you can always keep that left hand down if you need to. Inhaling, reaching. Exhaling. Inhale. So just creating a little bit of warmth and heat in the body. And then one more, inhaling, reaching out. And then exhale, hand and knee down. And we're going to turn to the right side or left side. Put right hand on the mat and lengthen that left leg and inhale to reach the left hand up. Get my lefts and rights right. Take an inhale, reach and lengthen so you're drawing back through the left shoulder. It's like a modified side plank. And then as you exhale, reach that left hand over the top. So you're stretching through the side body. Really point the toes on that left foot as well. So each time you exhale, belly drawing in, lower ribs connecting. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, begin to lift that left foot. So press through the heel again. Take an inhale. Stay open through that left side. And then as you exhale, bringing knee to elbow. So squeeze in. And then as you inhale, lengthen back out again. So try to get this coming from the core, from the belly, drawing in. Inhale. So nice and steady if you can. Take your time so you're not moving quickly through these. Inhale. And exhale. Do one more. Inhale. And then see if it's possible to bend that left foot and reach around and take hold of the foot with that left hand. If it is, you could kick the foot into the hand a little, create a little bit of a stretch through the left thigh, maybe even a little bit of a back bend, so make sure that's okay. Take another big inhale. And then as you exhale, release. You might just sit back to child's pose just for a second. Lift the elbows and wiggle the wrists. That might be quite a lot of work for that right wrist. And then inhale to come back to your tabletop. And as you exhale, lengthen that left leg away. Press through the heel, toe to midline of the body. And then inhale there and exhale, bring the knee to the head. So squeezing in, rolling in. Inhaling, press away. And exhaling to round. So at any point you want to incorporate that right hand, you can. Inhale, it reaches up. The thumb is facing upwards, the palm is facing in. So that creates a little bit of an opening into the shoulder. Inhale, reach away. Exhaling. And pay attention to the lower back. So if at any point you're feeling that you're going into the lower back, it means you need to connect into the core just a little bit more, just to prevent any issues happening there, any injuries. Try and keep everything steady, building that heat. Perhaps one more of those. Inhale. And exhaling, releasing down. And then turn to that right side. Lengthen that right leg away. Reach up through that right hand. Draw back through the shoulder. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, begin to lift that right foot. Reach that right hand over the top. Press through the heel, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, knee to elbow on that side. So squeezing in. Inhale, lengthen away. Exhale. Inhale. Exhaling. Take another inhale, reach and lengthen, and then bending through that right leg, see if you can take hold of the foot, and if you can, your kicking foot into the hand, opening up a little bit through the front of the body. Breathing there. Take another inhale, and then as you exhale, release, and again, just sit back to child's pose, just to release the wrists. And then as you inhale, come forward, tuck the toes, come into your down dog, have a little walk out through the legs, and just check in with the hands. Can you spread the fingertips a little bit more? Can you bend the elbows? And then pause in your down dog. Inhale, lift the pelvis, finding length. And then exhaling, drawing in and drawing the feet, the legs and the feet down to the earth, connecting in. And then walking the feet to the hands into your forward fold, take opposite elbows. You might have a rock side to side, or you might just stay pausing with the elbows on the knees. So as we move into the fire element, can you kind of stay with an awareness with the other two, the earth and the water, and maybe start to understand the kind of interplay between those elements as we begin to move into the fire. So you start to kind of build a picture of balance and imbalance and see how it relates to you, because everybody will be different as well. So the fire element is all about change, and it's really physically responsible for our digestion, but also the energy of ideas, healthy mental function, our fuel for personality, for personal growth, and that kind of desire for transformation. So take an inhale here, and then as you exhale, release the hands towards the earth. Take them onto the shins or the ankles as you inhale to gaze forward, and then as you exhale, fold in over the legs. Pressing through the feet, take an inhale to come all the way up to stand. And then as you exhale, hands to prayer at the heart center. Just pausing there for a breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, keep that belly drawing in. Stay with that connection. And then inhaling, reaching the hands up to the top. And then as you exhale, folding from the hips all the way back down. Inhale for your half lift. Gaze forward. Plant the hands down. Step left leg, then right leg. So you're back to your plank. So you're pressing back through the heels, you're engaging core. The belly is not dropping down to the earth, or the bum is not lifting. Straight spine. Connect lower ribs in. I find that helps to really find that core position. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, crown of the head forward, knees, chest, chin, come all the way down. Inhale to your cobra. So hands under shoulders, press into the tops of the feet, and then exhale, travel back through into your down dog. Take a breath in your down dog. Inhale, lift the pelvis, press into the hands, lengthen the back of the body, and exhale, soften in. And just check the knees. So you don't want the knees drawing in towards one another. Just see if you can connect the thighs as well. And then gazing forward, take an inhale, step left leg, then right leg. Find your half lift, another big inhale, and then exhaling, folding in. Press through the feet, take an inhale to come all the way up to stand, and exhale to bring the hands into prayer. Take a long, deep breath, and a long exhale. Inhaling, reaching the hands up, and exhaling, folding all the way back through. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, step right leg, then left leg. So again, back to your plank, but you always know you've got the option of bringing knees down if you need to. but you're pushing back through the heels. You know, when we work with plank in this way, we can often have a lot of the weight coming forward. So really feel that it's going back into the legs as much as it is into the core. Keep connected. Take another inhale. And then as you exhale, crown of the head comes forward, knees, chest, chin. Inhale to your cobra, press into the tops of the feet. And then exhaling, traveling back into your down dog. Take an inhale, lift the pelvis. And exhaling, softening in. And then gaze forward, inhale, step right leg, then left leg. Half lift. And exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale to come all the way back up. And exhale, hands to prayer. Moving into chair, so either feet together or feet hip distance. Spread the toes. Inhale to sweep the hands up. And as you exhale, folding forward, lengthen the legs, bring the hands behind. Interlace the fingers, and as you inhale, allow the hands to maybe come up over the back and straighten the legs just to where is right. And then allow the shoulder blades to move away from the head as well. So we'll do that a few times, moving through the two of those. So as you inhale, come back to your chair. Weight is into the heels, belly drawing in, lower ribs in. Exhale, sweep behind. Inhale, hands come over the back, legs lengthen. Exhale, draw shoulders away from the head. Inhale, come back to your chair. Belly draws in, exhale, folding, hands behind. Inhale, hands over the back a little, lengthen the legs, draw the shoulder blades away. Next time, inhale, release the hands to your half lift, maybe hands on ankles or shins. And as you exhale, we'll step back with the left leg, keep the heel lifted, going to move into a high lunge, but know you've always got the option to come into a low lunge by dropping that left knee if you need to. So just set that up, belly draws in, your tailbone is nice and long, connect into that right thigh, drawing in. Take another inhale, reach and lengthen through the fingertips. Going to see if we can keep the biceps by the ears and just fold maybe 3/4 of the way. So you're not letting the belly come down onto the thigh, but instead you're connecting in through lower ribs, really draw in there. And then inhale to come back up. And exhale to fold, just that 3/4 of the way or so. Feel that you're reaching through the fingertips and you're really bending into that right leg. Inhale, come back up. And exhaling, connecting in, really drawing into your center. Another inhale to come up. And then as you exhale, release the hands. You can step back and move through a vinyasa. Or you could just meet us in down dog if that would feel better for you. To really feel into how the body is today. What is going on for you. And then once you're in your down dog, inhale, lift the pelvis. Find that length. Exhale, soften in. And then gazing forward, step left leg and right leg, half lift, exhale, fold in. And then we're back to that flowy chair, so you're inhaling, lifting hands up, really sit the bottom down, draw belly in. Exhaling, folding forward, lengthen the legs, release the hands behind. Inhale, hands coming over the back, shoulders are moving away from the head, exhaling. Take an inhale, come back to chair. Exhaling, folding. Next time, inhale, bring the hands onto the shins, gaze forward. And then exhale, step the right leg back into your high lunge. Inhale. Adjust where you need to, making sure belly is engaged, tailbone is long, sinking into that left leg. Take an inhale, reach and lengthen. And then as you exhale, just that little fold forward. And as you pause for that moment, just draw lower ribs. Connect belly. Inhale, reach the hands back up. So you're really just staying in that straight line. Exhale to fold just a little way forward. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Take an inhale up. And then exhale, release, vinyasa, or just come to your down dog. So when the fire energy is balanced, we can feel very courageous and confident and inspired. So just notice how this feels for you, and it will change as well. So knowing that the elements kind of move through us at different times throughout our lives, throughout the day, throughout the year. So when you're ready, take an inhale, step right leg, then left leg. Half lift. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale to come all the way up to stand. And exhale, hands to prayer. Take a long, deep breath in. And a long, deep breath out. Soften shoulders, belly connecting, sinking down into the earth. And then inhale, reaching the hands up. And exhaling, folding from the hips all the way back through. Inhale, half lift. And we'll step back again with the left leg. So move back to our high lunge. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, draw belly in. So find that connection again, sinking into that right leg. And then inhale, reach the hands up. And then as you exhale, we're going to step forward into that right leg and reach that left knee up. Hands can come behind. So we'll move through that. So this is happening from the core. Inhale, reach the hands up, come back to your high lunge. And then as you exhale, step forward into that right leg, lifting the left knee. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, stepping forward. Take an inhale there. Heart lifts. And then as you exhale, bring that left leg behind, moving into your warrior three. So press through the left heel, begin to fold forward. As if you were flying forward, but then draw up through that standing leg. See if you can drop that left hip. So turn the toes to the midline, connect up through the right. So see if you can straighten up through that leg. Take another inhale. And then as you exhale, release the hands down, but keep the left leg lifted. And then inhale, lift that left leg to where you can. You might walk the hands to the foot, but they might just stay where they are as well. So see how that feels. Take another inhale. And then as you exhale, release the left foot. So you're just into a standing forward fold. You might have a little wiggle side to side just to release that off. And then pressing through the feet, take an inhale, come all the way back up to stand, reach through the fingertips, exhale, bring the hands to prayer. Take a long breath in there, and a long breath out. And then inhale, reach the hands up, and exhaling, folding all the way through, other side. So inhale, half lift, exhale, step right leg back, inhale to your high lunge, exhale, connect, draw belly in. Take an inhale, reach up through the fingertips. And as you exhale, that's stepping forward into that left leg, reaching the right leg up, hands behind. Inhaling. Come back to your lunge. Exhale, step forward. Inhale. And exhale. Inhaling. And exhale, stepping forward. So once you're up there on that left leg, take a big inhale. And then as you exhale, release that right leg behind, move to your warrior three. Yeah, lovely. So you're pressing through that right heel, turn the toes to the midline. Draw up through standing leg. Keep connecting in through there. Draw belly in. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, release the hands down. You're lifting that right leg. Maybe walking the hands to the right foot, left foot. Not the right foot. Take another big inhale. And then as you exhale, release the foot down and just have a little wiggle. Side to side. Could take opposite elbows if that feels good. Just having that release. So often change is one of the hardest things for us to accept, yet everything is constantly changing. It might be that we're trying to hold on to a moment in time when everything is just right, or we're striving and pushing for what we want, for the change that we want to see. So kind of either way, we create this kind of unnecessary suffering. And the fire element is about creating that healthy passion and self-esteem and confidence to go after what we want, but without kind of attachment to the outcome. So if it goes wrong, to be okay with that. And that's what the fire element teaches us, or certainly what it's taught me. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, release the hands towards the earth. Take an inhale to come all the way back up. And exhale, hands to prayer. Take a long, deep breath in. And a long breath out. And then inhale, reach the hands up. And exhaling, folding forward all the way through. Inhale, half lift. Going to do one more lunge, so step that left leg back. Inhale to come to your high lunge. And this time we'll bring the hands to prayer and bring the left elbow to the outside of the right foot, right leg. Or you could bring the hand to the outside of the leg if that feels like a better twist for you. The body is a bit more upright and it's not so much of a squeeze into the abdomen. So see which one. And if you have hands to prayer, press the right hand into the left to create that twist. But don't allow that knee to kind of come to the midline. Really press the knee against the hand or the elbow as well. Lovely. And then take another inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to release the hands down. Step back to our plank. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, bring the right hand to the middle of the mat. Turn to the side so you're stacking the feet. Or you could bring that left foot forward if you feel like you just need that modified plank. Left foot forward. And then you can inhale, reach up through the left hand. Draw back through the shoulder. Take an inhale. You could stay there, just each exhale drawing in. Or you could just have a little dip through the hips and then inhale back up. Exhale down. Inhale up. So the right arm is not really moving, it's just coming through the body. Inhale up. Exhale. Definitely easier with that left foot down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, reach. And then exhale, come back to your plank. And move through a vinyasa. Or just pause in your down dog or even child's pose if you need to. And then when you're ready, take an inhale, step that left leg, then right leg, half lift. Exhale, folding in. Inhaling, coming all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands to prayer. Take a long, deep breath in. And a long breath out. And then inhale, reach the hands up. And exhaling, folding all the way through, other side. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine, and exhale, step right leg back. Inhale to your high lunge, and exhale to your twist. So either the elbow or the hand, And just check in with the thigh, because you want to try and keep that thigh straight, so the knee is in line with the hip and the knee is over the ankle. And that just makes sure that everything is lined up well. And then if you're in your prayer pose with the hands, you can press the left hand into the right to find that twist. Take another long deep breath. And then as you exhale, release down into your plank. And then that left hand a bit more to the middle of the mat. Turn to the side, stacking the feet or bringing that right foot to the front. Reach up and back through that right hand. Take another inhale. And you can just stay there for a few breaths, or you could just see if dipping down, lifting up, helps you to make a bit more of a connection through there. Inhale up, exhaling. Inhaling up, and then exhale, step back to your plank, move through your vinyasa, or just meet us in down dog. Lovely. So then we're going to come to sit. So if you're in your child's pose, just come back to tabletop. If you're in your down dog, you might want to hop the feet forward, releasing forward. So you can bring the soles of the feet together and take hold of the toes. You might walk the pelvis slightly further in and have a little kind of butterfly out through the legs. And then take an inhale. And then as you exhale, pause, knees wide open, and just see where you might be able to fold into that. Just a little. And then inhale to come all the way back up. Bring the knees back together and bring the hands to the backs of the thighs, and find that flat bit of the sit bone to find your boat. So feet might be below the knees or in line with the knees, but the spine doesn't move, so you want to keep that connection all the way through the spine, shoulders soft. Take an inhale. You might stay there with the hands, or you might release the hands. But again, belly drawing in, squeezing into that. Inhale. And exhale, bring the soles of the feet together and folding back forward into your cobbler's pose just for a moment. And then inhaling to come back to your boat. Lifting to where is right. You want to take it further. You can lengthen the legs. But again, it's just all about that long spine and the belly drawing in. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, soles of the feet together, folding forward. Inhale back. Boat play. Reaching up, finding where is right. And if you want to go even further, you can kind of go into a half boat where the legs are coming further down towards the earth, the back is coming further down. There's probably a little quiver in the body. Take an inhale. Exhale, soles of the feet together, fold forward. One more. Come back. Find your boat. It might be here with the hands behind the thighs. That's great, because you can feel that connection and you feel everything else nice and steady. Take another inhale. And then as you exhale, folding forward. Come back up. Bring the knees together. Lengthen that left leg. Bring the sole of the foot into the thigh. Tuck away with the pelvis. Take an inhale, reach up through the hands. And as you exhale, begin to fold over that leg. So hands might just kind of be below the knee. They might be further down. You might even feel that you could take the right hand to the outside of the left foot. Press through the heel. But if that's just a little bit too much, just obviously make it softer. But we want to try and balance out the shoulders if possible. So just notice if that right shoulder is lifted. And just a few breaths there. Each time you inhale, a little bit of length through the spine. And each time you exhale, belly draws in. Inhale. And exhale. And then reaching through the fingertips, inhale, come all the way up. And we're going to bring that right hand over and back behind us. And then press into the hands and lift the hips and lift that left hand. You might bring it over the head. That might feel really nice. And we could do that a few times. So you could exhale to come back down. And then inhale to come up. Maybe the hand goes over the head. Exhaling back down. Inhale, move with your breath. And exhale, release. And then draw that knee in. Swap over the legs. So left foot into the thigh, press through the heel, inhale, reach the hands up. And exhale, you're folding forward with a long spine, seeing where the hands can go. And if you want to reach that left hand over to the outside of the right foot, I find that that gives me a nice stretch all down through that left side of the back. But if that's not available today, then just keep the hands onto the leg somewhere. And as you inhale, there's a little bit of length. And as you exhale, softening in. Inhale. And exhale. And then on your next breath, reach the hands forward all the way up to the top, bringing that left hand out and away. And then inhaling, lifting right hand, lifting hips. Maybe the hand comes over the head. Exhaling back down. A few times like that with your breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then draw the knees in. Maybe just round through the spine for a moment. Draw the forehead towards the knees. And then rolling down onto your back. Drawing the knees in. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, bring the knees over to the left. You might need to bring the hips over to the right first, so that you're stacking the hips and the knees into your twist. So adjusting the shoulders, maybe right shoulder drawing down towards the earth to where is right for that twist. Lovely. Few breaths there, just letting yourself ground and land. So fire element, all about this kind of healthy self-discipline as well. You know, when there are things that we need to get done, then we can do them without kind of pushback, without thinking, oh, I've got to do these things. I find when I tap into that, everything else is quite flowing. Everything else just seems to happen quite nicely. And things like my yoga practice, it no longer feels like a chore. It's just it's just something I do. It's I get on my mat, and I think that's to do with the fire element, helping with that healthy self-discipline. So when you're ready, inhale, come back to the center, adjust the hips, and then come over to the other side. And I think the fire element is a lot to do with self-esteem and self-confidence as well. And it helps us to get rid of those limiting beliefs that maybe we can't do something or we're not good enough to do something. So it's about kind of standing in our power and speaking our truth and going out and into the world and showing up the way that we want to show up. And not hiding away, you know, for fear of judgment or rejection or whatever it is. So it helps to move past that. So of course the fire element can become excessive And we can see that as kind of very egotistical, overbearing. And when that happens, the other two elements I find are the best ones to come back into balance with. So water element can allow us to dull down that excessive fire element if we find it is become too much. And also the earth, the earth is grounding, it's steady, reminds us of what is real. So you can kind of start to see the interplay between all of the elements. They don't act in isolation. So when you're ready, take an inhale, come back. And then moving into a Shavasana that makes sense for you. Maybe soles of the feet onto the mat, legs long. And as you settle in, just notice if the shoulders need to move down the back, chin towards chest. Maybe hands are on the belly, on the heart. It's almost feeling that fire, that power that we all have. And just take a few moments just to notice. Notice how the physical body feels. Notice how the mind feels when we explore the fire element for you. And notice if any emotions come up around it as well. And try to step back and be the witness. And then when you're ready, take some longer, deeper breaths. Having a big stretch, drawing the knees in. And just slowly and gradually make your way back. When you come to sit, you could come back to that rubbing of the hands, really connecting into that warmth within, placing them over the eyes, feeling the warmth, and then rubbing again, bringing them over the throat. And then once more. And then over the heart. And returning to your sankalpa, allowing it to set seed here. And then hands to prayer. Closing with one Om, take a deep breath in. Om. So thank you for your practice. Namaste.